In the start of the drama, we see the female lead, Yuchi Yao, is riding a bicycle. She is a student who also teaches part-time tutor. Now, she goes into a bookstore where some people are standing to see the drama's male lead, Shi. Actually, she is a superstar. Now, after this, Yuchi Yao enters that bookstore where somehow Shi also comes. Now, Yuchi Yao has to take a book, but Shi takes the same book. So Yuchi Yao says, I have to take this book for my boyfriend. She takes a random book and signs on it and says, give him this book. He will be happier with this. Now, later, Shi has to meet Mr. Wei because Wei is going to cast Shi in his next film. On that side, Yuchi Yao goes to a place to give tutor. Here, she has to give an interview. But suddenly, when she goes to take out the book from her bag, a big hammer comes out of her bag. On that side, when Shi goes to take out the hammer from his bag, a book comes out of his bag. Actually, Yuchi Yao's and Shi's bags had been exchanged. Anyway, later, for the film, Shi has to take history tutor, which Yuchi Yao is going to give him. Actually, Shi's manager has appointed Yuchi Yao for him. Now, after this, Yuchi Yao has to follow some of Shi's rules. One of those rules is that Yuchi Yao will never be able to go to the upper floor. Now, later, Shi is doing his film stunt himself, due to which at one time, he falls down from very high up. Because of this, he is hospitalized because he has suffered quite a few fractures. Now, after this, at the hospital, Shi refuses the manager to stay with him. He tells everyone, Yuchi Yao is my assistant, because he feels embarrassed to call Yuchi Yao his teacher. And he introduces her to everyone by calling her his assistant. And Shi tells Yuchi Yao, you stay with me in the hospital. Now, later, Yuchi Yao brings Shi outside for a walk. Here, on the way, Yuchi Yao sees her boyfriend, whose name is Ju. Now, here, Yuchi Yao comes to know that her boyfriend has been in a relationship with another girl for a long time. Because of this, Yuchi Yao gets quite upset and leaves from here. Later at night, when Yuchi Yao and Shi are on a call, a book falls on Yuchi Yao, because of which she shouts loudly. Now she feels, because of the breakup, Yuchi Yao is hurting herself. So she is worried about her, and he goes to Yuchi Yao's house. From there, he brings her and keeps her at his home. Now, the next day, Yuchi Yao teaches Shi a little and then goes out. When she returns at night, she is soaked because of the heavy rain. So she gives her towels for her feet. Now, then, Yuchi Yao accidentally falls on Shi. Anyway, after this, Yuchi Yao does not have any clothes, so she gives her his clothes. Now, the next day, Shi admits Yuchi Yao into a driving school because he wants to avoid studying. But later, he gets a call from the hospital. Actually, he had hired 3 driving teachers for Yuchi Yao. Now, due to Yuchi Yao's wrong driving, an accident happens because of which her trainers get injured. So now, they are admitted to the hospital. So Shi comes to see them at the hospital. Now, after this, Shi himself starts teaching Yuchi Yao how to drive. But here too, due to Yuchi Yao's wrong driving, Shi gets injured and he is admitted to the hospital. Now, later, Yuchi Yao comes to Shi's house and she helps Shi to go to his room. Now, here, Yuchi Yao sees that Shi's room is full of Marvel designs and decorations. Yuchi Yao understands Shi can only live freely in his room because in front of the world, he is not able to open himself up so much because he is a celebrity. Now, later, Shi has to go to his shooting spot. Here, his co-actress Duo comes. Now, she likes Ji, so she tries to get close to Shi as usual. She indirectly tells that actress, stay away from me. Now, then that girl goes to give flowers to Shi, but Yuchi Yao takes those flowers from her. And then she gives those flowers to Shi. She tells her, I am allergic to these lily flowers. Take them away. Now, then Yuchi Yao meets a girl outside and she gives those lilies to that girl. Now, that same girl comes to give those flowers to Shi. Actually, this girl has been Shi's second lead actress, whose name is Duo. Now, later, Shi's competitor actor Sanchi comes. He comes to meet Shi. Here, he tells Shi, you are taking sympathy from people with the help of your injury. So Shi also starts roasting him. Now, Sanchi sees a cameraman who is hiding. So seeing him, Sanchi tries to provoke Shi. And then Shi starts hitting him. Now, when the cameraman gets up and leaves, Sanchi starts counterattacking Shi. Then Sanchi goes to throw a stool towards Shi. But just then, Yuchi Yao throws a book towards Sanchi, and, protecting Shi, she tells Sanchi, you are so rude. That is why you will not be successful. Now, after this, Yuchi Yao applies medicine to Shi's wound. Then Shi asks her, why did you protect me? So Yuchi Yao says, I like you more than Sanchi. Hearing this, Shi starts blushing. Then he goes inside because he does not want Yuchi Yao to find out that he blushes when she's around him. Now, after this, Shi goes to a place to shoot an advertisement. Here, Yuchi Yao also goes with him. Now, Yuchi Yao falls asleep while sitting, and many mosquitoes bite her. So she applies Florida water to her skin. Now, after this, when both of them are returning home, Yuchi Yao is feeling very cold in the car, so she goes to put a jacket on her. But then he realizes, this will prove that I have started worrying about Yuchi Yao a lot. Now, after this, at home, she has put a pink bedsheet on Yuchi Yao's bed. Yuchi Yao says, I don't like pink. On this, she says, you will have to sleep on this bed. Next day, Yuchi Yao comes wearing pink clothes, so she says, actually, girls like pink. That is why I put the pink bedsheet yesterday. By the way, I also like pink, but I cannot say this in front of people. Now, later, Duo and Shi's manager come to Shi's house. Here, Yuchi Yao comes to know that Shi has germophobia. He is afraid of getting an infection from germs. Now, later, Shi cooks food and tells Yuchi Yao, post this on social media. Now, Yuchi Yao posts this with her phone. So people comment on this post, Yuchi Yao needs to buy a new phone because maybe this phone's picture quality is bad. Now, after this, Shi gets angry and gifts Yuchi Yao a new phone. Now, after this, everyone goes to a party. Here, Yuchi Yao drinks quite a lot, so Shi takes her home. Now, here, Yuchi Yao vomits on Shi's suit. Then, when Yuchi Yao regains consciousness, she pulls Shi towards herself, and for the first time, both of them kiss each other. Now, after this, the next day, when Yuchi Yao wakes up from sleep, she sees that her dress has been changed. Now, she thinks, she has done this. But when Duo gets up from beside her, she understands, Duo must have changed my dress. Now, later, she asks online, if a boy kisses a girl without asking, then what does it mean? Now, after this, people online say, it means he is a playboy. Now, about this, she asks Yuchi Yao. So Yuchi Yao says, if someone does this, then he is a coward. Now, after this, Shi goes crazy. His mind gets disturbed. He feels, I should go now and tell Yuchi Yao all the truth. But whenever he goes to tell Yuchi Yao the truth, Duo comes just then. So he cannot tell the truth. Now, after this, we see Shi watching a scene on TV where he is kissing a heroine. Now, he shows this to Yuchi Yao and explains, kissing is not a big deal. Now, after this, Yuchi Yao says, the one who kisses should always promise to stay together. Hearing this, Shi gets scared. So Yuchi Yao says, it is not like that. For me too. Kissing is a simple thing. Now, later, Shi comes to know that some people have gotten an allergy after using the Florida water that he advertised. So Yuchi Yao starts consoling Shi. Now later, everyone goes out to eat together. Here, Duo is busy trying to impress Shi's friend Yi. Now later, at home, Shi asks Yuchi Yao about that night and says, don't you remember anything? Then Shi starts explaining, let me tell you about it, where Yuchi Yao notices that Shi has rashes on his hand. Then slowly, Shi faints and falls down. Actually, Shi has gotten an allergy from eating mushrooms and now he is not able to say anything either. But still, somehow Shi says, I have to go to the upcoming conference. His manager says, there is no great need to go there. We will send Yuchi Yao there. Hearing this, Yuchi Yao gets scared because she has social anxiety. Then Yuchi Yao puts pictures of some people on the TV and practices speaking in front of them. But just then, she feels that those people are coming out of the TV and telling her, go away. Just then, Shi comes there and puts his finger on the center of Yuchi Yao's forehead and says, now you will be able to do everything confidently. Then, Yuchi Yao goes to the conference. Here, people ask her, what happened? But Yuchi Yao is not able to give any answers. She closes her eyes, and she remembers some memories where we see that a lady has had an accident and she has died. Anyway, after this, Yuchi Yao runs away from the stage. So then, Shi's manager has to come and say, let me explain this matter in front of everyone. Now, journalists feel Shi has gotten this done for publicity. Just then, Shi comes here, who, with proof, tells everyone, I am also a victim of Florida waters. After this, the owner of Florida is arrested. Seeing all this, Sanchi also gets surprised. Now, then everyone thinks, has Yuchi Yao not taken any wrong step after all this has happened? So Shi goes out to look for her. In one place, he hears, someone has committed suicide. So then he goes there to look for Yuchi Yao. But the person who committed suicide is someone else, and Yuchi Yao is standing there safe and sound. Now, after this, Shi brings Yuchi Yao home, where Yuchi Yao says, I have social anxiety because of which I never teach outside. I give home tutor. Now, after this, Shi thinks about something. Then he puts some chairs and plants in front of Yuchi Yao. He says, these are your students. Teach them. Now, Shi's hand accidentally touches a cactus, because of which blood starts coming out of his hand. Now, seeing the blood, Yuchi Yao gets nervous and she remembers the same memory in which a lady had an accident. Seeing Yuchi Yao's condition like this, Shi talks to a psychiatrist. The psychiatrist tells him, the reason for Yuchi Yao being like this will have to be found. Only then can this be treated. Now, later, the manager calls Shi and says, the company is going to fire Yuchi Yao from the assistant's job, so Shi immediately goes to the company. Here, he tells the manager, the company cannot fire Yuchi Yao. Just then, Mr. Zheng says, you will have to work in this drama, only then will Yuchi Yao's job not be taken. So she agrees. Now, later, Yuchi Yao is practicing teaching a crowd inside the room. So she sees her here. So Yuchi Yao says, I am passionate about teaching in a school. So she talks to her manager because training to become a teacher is being given in a university. Now, after this, Shi's manager says, an interview will have to be given at that university. Tell Yuchi Yao to go there. Now, Yuchi Yao gives the first round of the interview there. Now, the final round is remaining. So a girl named Fei Fei comes and warns her, be ready to lose in the final round. Now, after she leaves, Yuchi Yao tells Shi, this girl has been our school's topper. Moreover, she has also appeared on TV. So she says, no matter if she is a topper, she can never become my assistant. So Yuchi Yao gets a little confidence from this. Now, after this, the manager calls Shi and says, actually, Fei Fei's brother has a bone marrow disease. That is why Fei Fei is struggling so much to crack this interview. But Shi goes away without taking his words seriously. Now, later, he overhears Fei Fei talking to her mom on the phone and saying, only after I get this job and get the money will I get my brother treated. Then, in the interview, Yuchi Yao and Fei Fei give the correct answers to all the questions. In the end, they are asked an award-related question, the answer to which Yuchi Yao knows because she had told her the answer is related to this award only the previous night. Now, Yuchi Yao remembers it and she wins by giving the correct reply. Now, further, Fei Fei calls her mom and says, I will not be able to give money for brother. So her mom says, someone else has already given the money. Actually, she has gotten all this done. Now, after this, the next day, Yuchi Yao and Shi go jogging. At this time, Yuchi Yao's ex comes to meet Yuchi Yao, but Yuchi Yao ignores him. Just then, she notices a badge on Yuchi Yao's ex's shirt, from which he realizes Yuchi Yao's ex is going to become a teacher at the same university where Yuchi Yao has applied. So she thinks, now I have no chance left with Yuchi Yao. Now, after this, Duo and Shi come to the class and both of them have to give an admission-related test. Here, a boy named Mo Xuan also comes, and he also has to give the admission test. Now, a clip is lying on the ground, which Mo Xuan picks up and puts on Yuchi Yao's head. So Yuchi Yao gives that clip back to Mo Xuan and says, this is not my clip. Then the test starts. Now, Shi thinks about leaving the room by giving the excuse, the refill of my pen has run out. Now, after this, Shi gives his test and leaves the room. Later, Mo Xuan and Shi are playing games together. Here, Shi loses every time. Now, then Mo Xuan's assistant calls Mo Xuan and says, take care of your health and also do skincare properly. Just then, Shi also gets a message from Yuchi Yao, where Yuchi Yao says, take care of yourself and study properly, because there are many mistakes in the test you gave. Hearing this, Shi switches off his phone. Later, Shi tells Yuchi Yao, other assistants take care of their boss. You only tell me to study. Now, later, a professor comes to the class. Yuchi Yao calls him Dad, because of which everyone comes to know that he is Yuchi Yao's dad. Anyway, later, Yuchi Yao tells her dad, I have become a superstar's assistant. Then her dad tells her, take a test of all the students. Then, Yuchi Yao announces in the class, there is going to be a test tomorrow. Now, after this, Yuchi Yao is making the test paper and she is sitting with her and studying. At one time, Yuchi Yao gets a call from someone, so she leaves the laptop and goes away. During this time, she is checking her laptop. So Yuchi Yao comes back and deletes the test folder. At night, Shi's parents call him and say, happy birthday, but he is in a bad mood because he is waiting for Yuchi Yao's wish. But Yuchi Yao does not wish him. Next day, in the university, Mo Xuan tells Yuchi Yao, thank you, you taught me. So she understands. Last night, Yuchi Yao was busy on the phone with Mo Xuan. Now, a little later, there is a test in the class where Shi is not writing anything. Now, Yuchi Yao gives him a small note where it is written, please write the answers. Later, Yuchi Yao's dad announces everyone's results, where Mo Xuan has gotten good marks, but Shi has written song lyrics instead of a poem. Now, later, Yuchi Yao's dad asks Shi, write a poem on the board, and at the same time, he gives Shi a paper where that poem is written. Now, further, Duo meets one of her fans on the road. Now, this fan starts touching her inappropriately on the pretext of clicking a photo with her. So then Shi's friend Chiao comes and saves her. Later, everyone watches a drama together where Shi and Duo have worked. Now here, Shi starts making fun of Duo. Then, the next day, Shi comes to know that his fan following has increased. Just then, Duo comes and says, my fan following has become even more than your fan following. Now, hearing this, Shi gets upset because only last night, he was making fun of Duo's acting. So Yuchi Yao says, maybe Duo already has many fan following, and now it has increased even more. Now, after this, Yuchi Yao's ex, Ju, is helping Songchae with some acting, and he also asks Songchi for some personal help. Actually, he wants to defeat Shi. Now, after this, we see Shi, who is studying. Joe comes and tells him, no matter how much you study, Yuchi Yao will never love an illiterate person like you. Moreover, Joe lies to Shi. Yuchi Yao has gone on a date with someone right now. So Shi goes to see Yuchi Yao, where he sees that Yuchi Yao is actually taking milk tea for one of her female friends. This means she has not come on a date with anyone. Now, at night, Shi and Chiao are sitting in the university stadium. Chiao suggests to Shi, you should confess your feelings in front of Yuchi Yao's family. Shi also likes this idea. Just then, the security catches both of them. For sitting in the stadium so late at night, the security writes both of their names in the register. Now, Yuchi Yao comes to save both of them. Then Shi gives the security Ju's name instead of Chao's. Later, Ju's girlfriend Jin calls him and asks, why has a complaint come in your name? Ju does not understand anything and starts explaining to Jin, I have not done anything. Now, on this matter, Ju and Jin start fighting. And seeing this, Shi and Yuchi Yao start getting very happy. Now later, Shi tells Yuchi Yao, come to a conference hall tomorrow because I am going to propose to you there. Now, the next day, Shi starts going to that hall. So the security tells him, that hall is already booked for some other function. So then Shi goes to another place with Yuchi Yao. There, he sings a song and makes Yuchi Yao listen to it. Then he gives Yuchi Yao a dress and says, wear this and come. Then when Yuchi Yao comes wearing that dress, she looks very beautiful. Further, Shi and Yuchi Yao go to a party where the manager introduces Shi to Mrs. Dan. Dan talks about casting Shi in her next project. On the other hand, Yuchi Yao remains alone at the party, so Ju starts disturbing her. Seeing this, Shi is just about to go towards Ju when Jin also sees this and gets up on the stage and starts saying bad things about Yuchi Yao. So Shi gets up on the stage and starts saying good things about Yuchi Yao to everyone. Then he kisses Yuchi Yao on her forehead and takes her outside. Now, Yuchi Yao does not understand Shi's feelings. She thinks, Shi did all this only to save me. Then here, Shi comes to know from Yuchi Yao. Once when I had gone to give a speech in school, I had forgotten my speech at home. So I had asked my mom to bring the script of that speech to school. Now, my mom was going on the road while talking on the phone, and at the same time, she had an accident. Because of this, I blame myself for my mom's death. Then later, the manager is angry with Shi and says, for yesterday's incident, the authority can remove you from the next movie. Now, later, Yuchi Yao teaches Shi. Then everyone gives a test. Now, in the university, Mo Xuan meets Yuchi Yao and puts a clip in her hair. Seeing this, Shi gets angry. He later opens that clip from Yuchi Yao's hair. Yuchi Yao's dad sees this. Then he tells Shi, come and meet me in my office. Now before going to his office, Yuchi Yao tells Shi, once, a student went into Dad's office and accidentally broke one of his antique pieces. Then he was not seen in the university again. Now hearing this, Shi gets scared. Then when he goes inside, Yuchi Yao's dad tells him, you are the first person to whom Yuchi Yao has told about her mom's accident. This means she trusts you a lot. So, if you ever hurt her, then you go away from her right now. Then later, Shi comes out of the room and does not say anything to Yuchi Yao about this. Now, further, Yuchi Yao starts teaching Shi because Shi has only 5 days left. After this, he is going to meet a new director. On the other hand, Duo comes to Shi's house because she has to use the washroom and also meet Chiao. Now, Shi notices that there is a mosquito bite mark on Duo's cheek. So Duo thinks, now, how will I meet Chiao? Now, Yuchi Yao tells Duo, you are beautiful from the heart, so your looks do not matter. And Chiao also likes you. Now, after this, we see Yuchi Yao, who is marking dates on the calendar. Actually, she is going to go home now, so only 1 day is left for that. So since today is the last day of tutor, she tells Yuchi Yao, no studying today, enjoy today. Now, later, she gives an interview in front of the new director. He answers the questions well too. Now, later, Yuchi Yao starts to leave from home. She packs her books. She is watching her from a distance because he does not even want to say bye to Yuchi Yao. He wants Yuchi Yao not to leave. Now, when Yuchi Yao starts to leave, she goes inside the house. Then, seeing that it is raining, she comes outside, but Yuchi Yao starts to leave even in the rain. Now, later, she misses Yuchi Yao. He goes to the school to see Yuchi Yao. Here, some girls see Shi and spread the news. Shi has come to our school. Just then, Yuchi Yao takes Shi and hides in her dad's office. Just then, Yuchi Yao's dad enters his office. Then, seeing Yuchi Yao and Shi together, he gives an excuse and leaves from there. Now, Shi again requests Yuchi Yao be my assistant again. But Yuchi Yao says, I am busy. busy, and I want to become a teacher, not an assistant. Now, later, she talks to Yuchi Yao's dad about this. Yuchi Yao should come back to me. But Yuchi Yao's dad says Yuchi Yao takes all the decisions about this herself. So whatever she decides, that will happen. Now, after this, she gets an idea. He deliberately sends some wrong answers related to his drama to Yuchi Yao. Now, Yuchi Yao feels, truly, she will do something wrong in the drama. So she goes to Shi's shoot the next day. Now, Shi's shoot is going on here. Then later, Shi's next call time is 2 o'clock. So she tells Yuchi Yao, you also come at 2 o'clock. Now later, she wakes up at 5 o'clock. Now he calls Yuchi Yao and asks, why didn't you wake me up? So Yuchi Yao says, I am not feeling well. I cannot go with you right now. Hearing this, she comes to Yuchi Yao at Yuchi Yao's house. Actually, she had to go to a party right now. The call time was set for that. But in this condition of Yuchi Yao, she decides to stay with her only. But Yuchi Yao forcibly sends him to the party. Now, later, at the party, she gets very drunk. Now, Duo will not be able to handle him alone and the manager is also busy, so she calls Yuchi Yao there. Now, Ji is not in his senses, so Duo starts taking out what is in his heart from him. Now, ultimately, she say, I want to make Yuchi Yao my girlfriend. If she does not accept my proposal, then I will not go home. So now Yuchi Yao has to accept his proposal. Now, later, when she remembers this thing of Yuchi Yao, he becomes very happy. Actually, after Yuchi Yao said yes, she had kissed her. Now, she sends a good morning message to Yuchi Yao. Then he calls Duo and Chiao home. Yuchi Yao is also here. So, she tells Duo and Chiao in front of Yuchi Yao has accepted my proposal. Hearing this, Yuchi Yao feels a little awkward and she leaves from there. Now, later, the first day of shooting for Shi's film is happening. Here, Sanchi also comes with his team. Now Shi forgets his dialogues, so Sanchi starts teasing him. Then later, Yuchi Yao comes wearing a beautiful dress because she has been taken in a role. Now she looks very beautiful. Now, in this role, the hero has to save her life. And here, not she, but some other hero has to save her life. Now, after this new hero whose name is Zhao saves Yuchi Yao. She gets quite jealous of all this. He then tells the directors, keep a fight scene between me and Zhao. But here too, in the end, she gets angry and goes to attack Zhao, and then he himself slips. But Zhao saves him like a hero. She gets angry at this because now Zhao has become the best hero in front of everyone. Then, Yuchi Yao tells Shi, say thank you to Zhao, but she does not do so. Now, later, Chiao suggests to Shi, ignore Yuchi Yao for some time. Actually, Chiao is giving dating tips to Shi. Now, then the next day, Shi pretends to do a real kissing scene with an actress named Jia which seeing, Yuchi Yao feels jealous. Now, the next day, due to an actress being absent, Yuchi Yao has to play her role. Now, Shi is going to do a role with Yuchi Yao, so both of them are practicing that only. Both of them are practicing in Shi's cabin. Just then, both of them get so engrossed in the drama that they are about to really kiss. Just then, Duo comes into the cabin, so Yuchi Yao hides. Duo asks, did you see Yuchi Yao? So Shi says, no. Now, later, Duo, Shi, and Yuchi Yao sit down to eat. Here, Shi gives Yuchi Yao a meat piece. So Duo asks Shi, how many other girls have you given a meat piece to? She says, I have only given it to my mom. Duo asks, then who was with you in the cabin? Here, Shi and Yuchi Yao have to tell Duo the truth. We both were rehearsing in the cabin. Now, later, Song K and his girlfriend discuss taking revenge on Shi. Then, Shi comes to know, someone has leaked my movie script. Now, he doubts Songchi only, but Songchi does not accept his mistake. Now, later, everyone goes to Chao's house where Chao tells everyone, the song I recorded yesterday, someone already released it 1 week ago, so everyone is calling my song a copy. Then he wants to remain alone for some time and tells everyone to leave, but Duo remains hidden in his house. Later, Chao catches Duo, so Duo makes an excuse. Uncle, or rather the manager, does not take care of me, so I will not go back home. On the other hand, she messages Yuchi Yao again and asks, will you be my girlfriend? So now Yuchi Yao becomes happy and says yes. Just then, she meets Yuchi Yao, and he kisses her. Later, Chiao and Duo meet the singer who sang Chao's song. Actually, Chiao traps this singer in his words because this singer has stolen Chao's song. On the other hand, the manager tells Shi, the script has been stolen, but Shi is so excited about his new relationship that he kisses Yuchi Yao right in front of the manager. Now, later, Chiao remains worried about the investigation of the song being stolen. Seeing this, Duo tells the manager about this investigation investigation and she says, I also want to help Chiao in this investigation. The manager says, you are quite childish. Your thoughts will not match Chiao's thoughts. Now, Duo starts nagging, so Chiao allows her in this investigation. Along with that, he says, I will also contribute to this investigation. Then, with the manager's help, Duo comes to know someone had bought this song from Chiao's composer. Duo understands Yiling must have done this, so she goes to talk to Yiling and she thinks, I will record everything, but she forgets to press the record button itself. So then she starts clicking some bad photos of Yiling. Then, Yiling throws Duo out with the help of security. Later, Duo tells Chiao, from now on, whenever you sing a song, I will record you beforehand so that there is no issue in the future. First, Chiao does not give any answer to this, but then he gives Duo permission to do so. Now, later, she and Yuchi Yao are watching a movie together. Here, she kisses Yuchi Yao. Now, later, everyone sits down to watch a movie together. Here, Duo selects a horror movie so that she can get close to Chiao when she gets scared. Then later, Jo proposes to Yuchi Yao again. Become my girlfriend. But Yuchi Yao sees a slap mark on Ju's cheek. She understands Jin has slapped Ju. Ju has come to Yuchi Yao after fighting with Jin. So Yuchi Yao says, right now, I like she. Now, then Ju calls Jin so that both of them can patch up. But Jin also refuses him. Actually, Ju wants to harm Yuchi Yao. That is why he is doing all this drama. Anyway, then she comes here and tells Yuchi Yao, I just heard what you said. I am very happy that you are so loyal to me. Now, further, the manager calls she and says, everyone has come to know about your relationship news. That is why talks are going on about replacing your name from movies. She cuts the call without focusing on this matter because he is already very upset. Then Yuchi Yao starts getting calls from unknown numbers, but she does not tell she anything about this matter. Then, in the university, some girls grab Yuchi Yao and start asking many things, and just then, Duo comes at the right time and saves her. Then, Yuchi Yao asks Duo, is she still upset about that news? Now, Duo is just about to tell her everything, but then she remembers that she has forbidden her from saying anything. So Duo lies, everything is going normally in Shi's life. Now, then at night, Shi and Yuchi Yao are sitting at a place outside the house. Here, Shi says, earlier I had given you a notebook with my autograph on it. That is lucky for us. So Yuchi Yao says, I threw that notebook away a long time ago. Then a little later, Shi starts tickling Yuchi Yao, and both of them also have some fun. Because of this, both of them forget their problems for a little while. Later, the manager tells Shi, a person named Mr. Zhang wants to meet you. So Shi goes to meet him. Zhang says, tell everyone that you are not in a relationship with that girl, otherwise I will cancel your contract. So Shi does not listen to Zhang. On the other side, Yuchi Yao is coming to the office. Just then, she overhears Zhang's manager's words, where that manager is telling some girls, I don't know how Shi has left his movie contract because of a girl. And then Yuchi Yao meets that manager, where Yuchi Yao tells that manager, don't tell Shi that I came here. After this, at home, Yuchi Yao thinks, Shi did not tell me anything that he is so upset. Then Shi comes home and behaves with Yuchi Yao as if nothing happened to him today. Then Yuchi Yao says, because of me, you have to face so many problems. So Shi says, it is not like that. Then he goes to sleep. Later, when his eye opens, he sees that Yuchi Yao has left. Yuchi Yao has also posted, there is no relationship between me and Shi. There is only a professional relation between us. Now, Yuchi Yao had posted that when Shi was with Shi. Then Shi gets angry and goes to the manager and says, all this happened because of you. Yuchi Yao left. So Duo starts consoling him. She says, surely, Yuchi Yao has left a note for you about where she is? So she thinks, why would she write a letter? This is so old-fashioned. Then she puts his hand in his pocket, where he finds a piece of paper, but the laundry number is written there. Then she goes to Yuchi Yao's dad's office. Her dad is not there. She comes to know from someone else. Yuchi Yao's dad has gone to an ancient town for research. Then we see Yuchi Yao, and she is also in that ancient town with her dad, and she hugs her dad and cries a lot too. Now, then Yuchi Yao sees Shi and everyone she sees in that town. Even when she reads a book, she sees Shi there too. Then she becomes a little emotional. On the other hand, the manager holds a press conference. She is going to say in this conference, Mai and Yuchi Yao's relation is wrong. So hearing this, Duo does not feel good and she takes Chiao and leaves from there. Then the news of the press conference is coming on TV. Yuchi Yao is also watching this news. Now, in this conference, a photo of Shi and Yuchi Yao is shown. Actually, Song Kie has leaked this photo so that he can defame Shi. Now, in the conference, questions are asked to Shi about this photo. So Shi says, a photo does not prove that Yuchi Yao and I have a relationship. After this, Shi plays some photos of him and Yuchi Yao on the projector. Actually, he wants to prove that Yuchi Yao is not at fault. Actually, she loves her a lot. And because of this, both of them came into a relationship, and Yao did not come into a relationship with him seeing Xi's fame. She wants to prove Yao innocent in front of the whole world. Then he says, I apologize to all the fans who have suffered losses because of me. And a number is given above where you can contact to take back your projects. And that number was not someone else's, but Duo's. This means that Duo was also secretly supporting Xi in all this. On the other side, seeing all this, Yao becomes emotional. She starts to go to meet Xi just then, but as soon as she reaches the door, she faints. On the other side, Zhang is very angry with Xi. He asks the manager, where is Qi? But the manager does not know where Xi is. Here, Xi is in the hospital where Yao is admitted. When Yao regains consciousness, she sees Xi. She asks him about her dad, so Xi says, your dad called me here. Actually, Yao's dad has also started liking Xi now. Anyway, then later, Xi's manager calls him. So Xi cuts the phone by saying, wrong number. On the other side, Duo and Chiao are going to Xi's house. Now they have to walk a lot on the way. So Duo tells Chiao, pick me up in your arms and carry me. But Chiao refuses to do this. Then, we also get to see Xi, who has a chicken in his hand and many feathers are stuck in Xi's hair. Then, at night, Yao sees that Xi is sitting alone. So Yao goes and sits next to him. Then both of them start singing a song together. Seeing them like this, Yao's dad is happy. Now, here, we see in a flashback that Yao's dad is telling Xi, if you are going to hurt Yao, then go away from her right now. But Xi had said then, I will take care of Yao. Then the scene comes to the current time, and thinking all this, the dad is quite happy, and he tells his friend, Xi is my son-in-law. Hearing this, Yao gets a little shy and leaves from there. Now, at night, Xi makes an excuse, my roommate snores, so I have to sleep in Yao's room. Yao says, okay, you sleep on the floor. Hearing this, Yao's dad tells Xi, you sleep in the room next to mine. Then, at night, Xi remembers that the manager had told him, you have been replaced from all the movies. Further, he realizes that Yao's dad is practicing acting as an ancient warrior in his sleep in the middle of the night. So Xi runs away from there. On the other hand, Yao realizes that her locket is missing. So she goes to look for her locket. Just then, it is very dark and she falls down the stairs. Her flashlight also gets damaged. Just then, Xi comes there and he starts scaring Yao even more. So Yao starts crying a lot and tells him, my locket is lost. My mom gave me that locket. Then Xi starts looking for that locket and finally, he finds it. Getting her locket back, Yao is very happy. Then Xi lifts her on his back because Yao is hurt. Then Xi tells her, don't come alone from now on. Then, in the room, Xi applies medicine to her leg. Then, Yao makes Xi's bed on the floor. Seeing this, Xi is a little upset because he feels, Yao will let me sleep on the bed. Now then later, Xi tells Yao, I have to go somewhere. So Yao also insists on going with him, but Xi says, it will be right if you stay in the town for now. Then Xi leaves from there. Then later, Xi is at his house where he misses Yao a lot. Here, Yao's dad says, I am not feeling well. If I eat food made by Xi's hands, then I will get well. So Yao tries to cook food like Xi. She makes chicken, but it is not well made. But still, her dad eats that dish because Yao made that dish for him. Now, after this, Xi is replaced from everywhere. Then, when Yao asks Duo about Xi, Duo does not tell her anything. Now, by now, Yao has learned to make spicy chicken, which seeing, her dad is happy. Anyway, then later, Yao calls Xi again and again, but Xi does not pick up her call. Just then, Xi's doorbell rings. When he opens the door, he sees that Yao has come. Yao tries to talk to Xi. She explains to Xi, you will get movies again. Now, after this, it is decided in the board meeting. Xi will be temporarily banned, and here the manager also cannot save Xi. Now, because Xi has been replaced, the manager's salary has also decreased. So the manager has sold half of his household items to pay the house rent. On the other side, the news of Xi's temporary ban comes on TV. Yao also sees this news, but still, Xi tells Yao, I am leaving for work. Then Xi goes to Chao's house and drinks a lot. So Chiao comes to drop him home and he asks Yao about Duo. Yao says, if you are so worried about Duo, then you should ask her yourself. Now, further, Xi, in a drunk state, asks Yao, since when do you like me? Yao says, I have liked you for a very long time. Now, on that side, Yiling goes into Duo's room. Now, Yiling also has Duo's next film. Now, because of this thing, both of them start fighting. And in all this, Yiling captures a weird expression of Duo. Just then, Chiao comes here and tells Yiling, I know the details of you and that composer. The deal you two made to buy the song is recorded with me. You will delete Duo's picture. Only then will I give you that recording. Then Yiling does the same and leaves from there. Now, Duo tells Chiao, you gave away an important evidence for me. So Chiao says, there is nothing in that pen drive. I lied. Now, here, the manager tells Shi, your fans have sent you hate comments. Now, Yuchi Yao had hidden this from Shi, and then hearing the manager's words, Shi becomes quite sad. He goes outside and starts drinking. Then later, he also comes back home. Now, after this, Chiao takes Shi to a person named Xiaoyan. Xiaoyan has been Chao's teacher. Now, here, after talking to Xiaoyan, Shi feels good, and he gets ready to take acting training from Xiaoyan. Then, Song Chie comes to Shi's manager and says, you become my manager. But Shi's manager says, I am loyal to Shi. I cannot do this. On the other side, Yuchi Yao helps Shi in his acting rehearsal. Now, Shi is just about to go to rehearse kissing with Yuchi Yao when someone rings the doorbell. Shi goes and sees that Duo is outside. Actually, Duo has been scolded on the set for not acting properly, so she has come here to practice acting. Anyway, then now Shi goes to a place to act. Here, the makeup man leaves him after doing only half of his makeup. So Yuchi Yao tells the director, can I complete Shi's makeup? So the director says, who is Shi? Let him do his own makeup. Hearing this, Shi feels bad. So Yuchi Yao tells him, why don't you refuse those people to do all these roles? Now, later, Yuchi Yao's and Shi's parents start having dinner together. Actually, these people have come to talk about Yuchi Yao's and Shi's wedding. Now, Shi's mom shows Yuchi Yao's dad some of Shi's childhood certificates where Shi has won in some game or has won a prize in dancing. Then Shi's dad offers Yuchi Yao's dad their favorite drink. Then everyone is drinking, but Shi does not drink. Later, Shi puts Yuchi Yao to sleep in her room. Now, Yuchi Yao has to vomit. Then the next day, Shi starts cleaning the room. Anyway, then the manager tells Shi, Ran has called you for his next movie, go and give an interview. Hearing this, Shi becomes happy. Now, Yuchi Yao sees that Shi has to say only one line in the movie. So Yuchi Yao says, why are you so happy just to say this one line? So Shi says, because this role is of an army man, and I have to say this one line very well. Now, further, Shi goes to give the interview where Song Chi comes and teases him, you are actually going to work in an extra role. He is not doing the lead role. Then a friend of Shi's is also on the interview panel. So seeing Shi, he trusts him and selects him without taking the interview. Now, then a show is organized where Song Kia, his girlfriend Yi Ling, Shi, and Duo come as guests. Here, Yi Ling speaks ill about Shi. So Duo also exposes Yi Ling and says, Yi Ling is very selfish. Then, in the next round, everyone has to call the first person in their call log. So Yi Ling calls a person and talks to them. Then Song Chi calls his teacher, where his teacher praises him. And then he says, yesterday, your assistant called me and said that you would call me for a show. Now, then, Song Chi cuts the phone, and everyone comes to know that Song Chi's teacher was giving him fake praise. Then Duo calls Chiao and says, I miss you. Actually, the rule of saying, I miss you has been applied to everyone here. So when Duo does this, Chiao cuts the call. After this, Shi calls Yuchi Yao, but because she is in class, Yuchi Yao cuts his call. Then, because the show is ending, the audience also starts getting up from their seats and leaving. Just then, Yuchi Yao calls Shi back and says, I miss you a lot too. Right now, I'm going to the canteen to get food for you. Then later, we both will eat together. Hearing this, the audience is quite happy and thinks, these two are not fake at all. Now, further, Duo thinks, how Chiao cut my phone. Just then, Yi Ling comes and bothers Duo and says, if you are in love with someone, then it is important to know about his past. Then, Duo gets irritated. But then she feels doing this will be right. Then, Duo comes to know from the manager. Chiao had a girlfriend. Once, on the pretext of taking her audition, a filmmaker called her to a hotel and tried to molest her. Because of this, she committed suicide by jumping from that hotel. Hearing this, Duo feels bad because she has troubled Chiao so much till today. Then later, everyone starts watching Shi's drama. Then they also tell Chiao to watch this drama because they have to increase the viewership. Now, then Chiao starts watching the drama, where seeing Duo in a traditional dress, Chiao feels very good, but he does not tell this to Duo on the phone. Then Yuchi Yao starts seeing who is trending on the phone. Here, she says, Chiao is trending because recently he sang a song. A little while later, Song Chi comes first on the trending list, which, seeing Yuchi Yao, does not feel good. Now, then Duo reads the news on the phone about me and Chiao. Then she goes to Chiao's house to clear everything, but Chiao does not open the door. So Duo pretends to commit suicide. She also sends a video to Chiao. Now, Chiao starts getting worried because he has experienced something like this before too. So he goes and opens the door. Here he comes to know that Duo was acting. So now Chiao gets angry and shouts at her. Now, later, Chiao realizes, I said too much. So then he goes and takes Duo inside the house. Then he says, I do not believe all these news. Then Duo falls asleep there. Later, Chiao reads the comments made against Duo on the internet. Then he replies to those hate comments there. Now, Duo sees this and says, I can fight my own battles. Then she starts replying to everyone by typing very fast. Seeing this, Chiao gets impressed. Later, the manager comes to know Duo was at Chao's house for so long, so he gets very angry. Then, everyone starts playing cards. Later, she asks Chiao, if you do not like Duo, then why were you trying to win in cards? So Chiao does not say anything. Now, she says, now you should move on. Now, then later, Duo gets an offer for a second lead role in a film. She gets happy and tells she, tonight I will celebrate with Chiao. At night, when Chiao comes to Duo's place, he asks, where are all the others? Then Duo says, they are all busy. Here, Duo starts telling Chiao about her feelings in a good way. She says, I like you a lot, and I also know about your ex-girlfriend. Even if you reject me right now, I will still wait for you, because the day I saw you, I have wanted you since that day. Then Chiao starts getting up and leaving from here, so Duo grabs him and does not let him go. On the other side, Ran selects Shi for the lead role. When Mr. Jang comes to know this, he removes all the bands from Shi. On the other side, Song Chi tells Yiling, Duo has been appointed in the lead role. If you want the lead role, then you will have to go and meet a person at the hotel, as per Mr. Tong's instruction. Then Yiling goes to the hotel where she sees something that shocks her, and here the scene cuts. After this, she sees a news where it is said, she has cheated Yiling, and then he left Yiling. Now, seeing this news, she is shocked. After this, Yuchi Yao breaks up with Shi and starts to leave. Chiao and Duo stop her from doing so. Then Shi and Yuchi Yao look at each other and start laughing. Then Shi tells Duo and Chiao, we both are acting. Actually, Sanchi did this to separate us both, so we both are doing what he wants. On the other side, Mr. Jang decides, now I will permanently ban Shi and fire him from the company. So the manager gets angry and says, he has worked so hard for everyone now. Now I will also leave this company. Actually, Song-chi has gotten all this done. The person Yiling saw in the hotel that day was actually Song-chi, and a long time ago, she had gone to that hotel once. So Song-chi has defamed Shi by editing the picture of both these times. Now, Yuchi Yao and Shi have also understood this thing, and here, Yiling gets angry at Song-chi's action. Now, after this, Shi and Yuchi Yao meet Yiling. They clear it here. We know that Song-chi has done all this and Yiling has no hand in this. Now, later, Song-chi talks to Tong and asks, has Jin deleted all the original recordings? So Jin says, yes, and now you will get the lead role. Then we see Shi, Yuchi Yao, and everyone else dressed up, and they have come in front of Tong's office so that they can get evidence. Now, then Duo comes on stage and she has some evidence with her. Here, she shows the original video to everyone on the stage where Song-chi's blazer is visible. So Duo says, when Yiling went to the hotel, she met Song-chi because this blazer belongs to only one person in the world, and that is Song-ki. But Song-ki twists the matter and says, I donated it a long time ago. Then he calls security and throws Duo out. Just then, the manager also tries to bring Song-chi's truth in front of everyone on the stage, but Song-chi also starts throwing him out with the help of security. Then later, Yuchi Yao comes on stage with evidence. Actually, Jin had accidentally kept the original video with herself, but some time ago, Jin had deleted the original video in front of her, but after Jin left, Yuchi Yao had also restored that video. She plays that same video on the stage now, because of which everyone comes to know it was Song-chi in the hotel that day. Now, then seeing all this, Song-chi gets angry. He goes to hit Shi, but then the police catch him because he has harmed people even before this. Now, the time 1 year later is shown when Duo and Chao's relationship has gotten better. The manager has also gotten a good job. And on the other side, Yuchi Yao also starts doing the job of a teacher because now her crowd phobia is gone. And then she and Yuchi Yao are remembering the moments they spent together. And with this, the happy ending of this drama happens.